I've tried with my family is I can breathe. Okay, yes, it's only a teaspoon breath, but I'm breathing. Or I'm okay. Look, as long as I don't move or eat or talk, function, I'll be fine. I've come up with the rules are if you can't breathe, you go to A&E. And look, uh, I'm breathing. Um, I've tried ambulances or for emergencies or accidents. I haven't had an accident and I'm still breathing, so there's no emergency. I've had ambulance staff tell me off repeatedly for not calling them earlier. I've been told that my jugular veins swell up so massively that it's so obvious I should have come, but I just can't do it. But it's the stress of accessing A&E that makes me do everything I can to not go there. Why am I like it? Because of my autism and the sensory needs involved, I'd rather stay at home and not breathe properly and be dizzy or unable to function. Risk everything really because it takes so much. First, let me give you an idea of what it's like. First, I'm told that when I arrive at A&E that even though I'm struggling with an asthma attack and I'm showing my autism card and I can hardly breathe, that I have to put on a mask over the top. And I'm pleading with my eyes desperately, showing my autism card. But there's no comprehension of what that means and to them. And I'm panicking and I can barely breathe. And now they want to take more oxygen away from me. I can't think, I can't speak. They refuse my carer access and I just feel lost. I'm now sitting in an A&E bed in a very small, very white A&E room. It's lined with white cupboards, flashing machines, flickering monitors, leads and wires. I'm struggling to process anything I see, and it's all so much. I'm alone, my head is lacking oxygen, so it's confused, and I can't think straight. Every part of my body is impacted. I'm exhausted from the coughing and fighting to breathe. I'm struggling to stay calm, but there isn't a space left in my brain for rational thought. I'm too overstimulated now with the smells, the lights, the unpredictable noises, and I lose the ability to find words for conversation. I just stare. I'm mute. Everything's too much and I want to give up. In my head, I'm screaming, but nothing's coming out. Look at me. You wouldn't know. But if I could, even in that state, I want to bolt. Even when I have no oxygen, I want to bolt with all my might out of there. The nebulizer medication that they've put me on is beginning to work and some oxygen is putting some calm to my brain. For the first time, I can access see in the room. It's way too bright to think or even feel comfortable. So I close my eyes. Oh, wow. Just using my ears is too much. Have you ever closed your eyes and listened to the environment? There's shouting, crying, screaming, calling, alarms of different frequencies and decibels, machines beeping, different people's accents, tones, speeds, pitch, people running past, pushing in and out, trolleys squeaking, and I can't control any of it. I hear it all at the same pitch, the same levels. I cover my ears and crush my eyes tighter. My breathing deteriorates again as I feel the panic rise. Calm down, I tell myself. It won't help anything, but it's so hard. A few minutes later, I've been able to adapt a little by having my eyes shut only, letting sound in. The nebulizer has had some time so I can settle my breathing and I can move on a little mentally. Communication starts to come to me. I realise there's new faces, new accents, new clothes, and you're all staring directly head on at me, asking me unpredictable questions you're expecting me to answer both quickly and efficiently to the fullest extent immediately. You are pushed for time, But I'm confused. I'm lacking oxygen. So much I want to say, but I can't do it. I plead with my eyes. Different faces want different things from me. Someone's taking my arm for blood. Someone else is attaching a heart monitor, another a nebulizer. I just let them in. I can't think. I can't see or really function. I'm petrified. Then they suddenly leave me there, like that. Alone, given more time, I move to my next sense. I open my eyes. Again, slowly, everything is brilliantly white and shiny, too bright. I cringe, pain in my head and eyes. I look above. I can count 4 big, square, bright lights on the ceiling. There's an examination light on an arm extension hanging directly over the bed in my eyes, all shining straight on me. There's a light above my bed head that is too as well lit up. Just in this one room, the one I'm in alone. 6 lights? Too much. I can't regulate my breathing or think clearly as there are too many messages rushing into my eyes and ears. All I can think is I want to bolt, to find silence and darkness, but I can't. I regret coming, even though I know I'm where I need to be. I try my best to get control, to calm myself, but you need space in your brain to do this, and my head is too full. My senses are going too wild. I decide the only way to gain any kind of self-control is to turn down the amount of lights, as this impacts no one else. I never want to be a pain to anyone. So in my oxygen lacking, dizzy, overwhelmed brain, I decide the best move to calm my senses is to turn off some of these blinding beacons. So while still struggling to breathe, still wearing an oxygen mask with the nebulizer medication that's attached to the machine across the other side of the room, and alongside that is a tall stand with the drip hanging from it, feeding into my arm. And I have the heart monitor leads and sticker things still going. I literally crawl and half stumble to the end of my bed with my eyes screeched shut. I slide down onto the floor, but by this point I'm spent. My breathing is so bad. I know this is potentially dangerous and all I'm doing is making things worse, but I can't stop the need to cut the lights. I'm not going to go back. But I realized this wasn't clever. I now trigger another asthma attack. I stretch over to reach the light switch by the door, turning off the 4 ceiling lights. This leaves the examination light and the bed light bright over the bed lights still on for staff. But wow, what a difference for me. I physically feel a patch of fog clearing in my brain, even though I'm still struggling to breathe so much. I know in my heart it was the right decision. But now I'm looking around and I'm hugging the bottom of the bed because I'm on the floor and I'm so tired from my mission. My breathing is so bad, I've nothing left in me to get back on the bed. But weirdly, I'm actually happier. I'm more peaceful now. There's less light. So I sit on the floor, hugging my bed, waiting to be able to find the strength and breath to get back up on my bed and start recovering, finally. To which then the door flies open and a nurse comes charging in saying, "What are all these lights doing off?" and promptly whacks all the lights back on again, turns unceremoniously and plonks me back on the bed and walks out. My eyes fill with tears, my heart races, and I go back into another asthma attack. I'm gutted as I realise I'm back to square one. That's you, Rebecca.